GMPC Studio. GMPC Studio. GMPC Studio. GMPC Studio. GMPC Studio. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Welcome to Chill and Spill, another episode of the great Chill and Spill, the greatest talk show around town. I don't know about you, but I think so. Hello, Beagle. Hello, Beagle. Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Nubian, and this is wonderful Zuz. Joins us on the panel. She is not part of the panel. She is part of the furniture. She is the team. She is, yeah.
Hi, guys.
Yes. How's everybody doing? Had a good Sunday? Had a good weekend, everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I've had a good weekend.
You had a good one?
I've been tired. I've been doing a lot of stuff, but I've had a good weekend.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, apart from busting my head over the weekend, I'm fine.
Oh, dear. What do you mean?
Don't mix me. Follow the leader.
GMPC Studio.
Oh
I'm pressing them all today. I'm pressing them all today. We are back in full effect, as you can tell. Yes. And my week, yes, I bust my head. right? And I've still got a cocoa. So can everyone feel sorry for me, please? Because I've got a cocoa and it's sore. Have you ever done that before? You know when you're bending down for something to pick up something, and you just lick your head on the corner of the table. Just so
God.
random. Yeah, that's what happened
It's
to
a
me.
lot.
I literally, you know, you see the birds. Yeah, that's what I saw when I licked my head. It's not even funny. It was absolutely ridiculous. Yes, yes. So we are back this week for another hot topic. And I wonder what the hot topic is. Tonight.
Always wait for it.
You gotta wait for it. You gotta wait for it. I'm just trying to get something here, guys. If I'm a bit distracted, I'm sorry, but I'm a little bit confused on what's going on one of the platforms. And I think we are back. Yeah, we are back. Welcome aboard, Barbara.
Welcome
Welcome
aboard.
aboard. Welcome, Coco.
Hi, Coco.
Welcome aboard, Nads.
Hi, Nad.
Good evening. Good evening. How's everybody doing? Happy New Year to those that wasn't on the show last week. Happy New Year to you guys. I hope it's going good for you so far. And I'm wishing everybody a great New Year and beyond. Because it's not just for the year, you know. We want everyone to be good forever. For as long as they can, anyway.
Exactly.
Yes. So what's the hot topic tonight? Oh, well, it's a bit of a juicy one. Do black women have a chip on their shoulder?
Ooh. It's definitely a hot topic
dear.
tonight.
Oh dear.
There we go.
We're back,
Oh dear,
guys.
oh dear,
We're
oh
back.
dear.
If you didn't notice, last week our samples were definitely different. And again, that was because of technical difficulties. So we had to make do as we do.
Yes, we have to. The show must go on.
The show must go on.
That's how it is. So yeah. So we're back. But we have to address the topic at hand. And the topic is, do black women have a chip on their shoulder?
Ooh, but
Angry black woman.
Before you finish, give them the number just so we get some callers in.
Yes,
'cause it's definitely a hot topic tonight.
Yes. The number is, if you would like to call in, to talk about the hot topic, 07903 129
265.
And we're back. And we go again. It's 07903 129
265.
if you would like to call in and talk about the hot topic, because it's a hot one. Because everybody always likes to say the black woman has a problem and they got a chip on their shoulder and they got this, that, and the
Yup.
other. They're this, that, and the other. That's what they always say about the black woman. I would like to know who agrees with what they say.
Yeah, well, I mean, no. First of all, I don't think so. But then again, I don't
You have to
think...
be careful, you know, so make sure
Wait,
there's no aggression there. When
There's
you say
no aggression.
Yeah,
it's called passion.
Oh, yeah. Because that's what we all say. It's not aggression, it's passion. Yeah. So be careful. So be very light when you're speaking about this topic. You know, you have to be very careful here because we
No.
don't want to be seen as the angry black woman. Yeah.
No, I'm saying no. Some women do. I'm not saying all black women, but I feel like a lot of the time we are stereotyped to have a chip on our shoulder. And I feel like also because of the many things that us black women have been through, had to endure, there's a certain type of shield that we have to have up for ourselves when it comes to daily life, workplace, all of that. All of it. So it's a lot. I mean, obviously I'm gonna say no. I am a black woman. I'm a proud black woman. And yeah, no, I don't. But that's needless to say that there might not be black women out there that do you know. But again, it's a difficult topic. I can't lie, Nubian.
I know.
You definitely.
Welcome aboard, Christine.
Hi, Christine.
Welcome aboard. Welcome to Chill and Spill. I hope you're doing good on this Sunday evening. Yes, it's a very juicy topic, people. It's a topic that a lot of people don't want to address and they would like to sweep it under the carpet. But everybody knows that Chill and Spill, this is what we do. We talk about topics that nobody wants to talk about. Like,
Yeah.
let's address it. Like, come on. I remember a few years ago, there was some stats on whether the black woman was more attractive. Are they attractive or not? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think I do. I do remember that.
And we came up-
or the least.
Or the least, yeah, we came at the bottom. We are the least attractive race in the world, apparently.
I don't
know where
believe
they got.
it.
I don't know where they got their stats from, but apparently we're the least attractive out of the races. So the word is, not only are we the least attractive, apparently, we've also got an angry black woman title.
Yes. Which I don't feel like we adopt. Again, anyone can be angry. So I don't understand it. I mean, you never hear hear about the angry black Caucasian woman, or do you get what I mean? Or the angry, I mean, not angry black Caucasian. Sorry, I said that wrong. But angry Caucasian woman or the angry Asian woman. You never hear that. So I feel like we've definitely been put in a box. Unfortunately, and I feel like it's our passion and how sometimes we might deliver things. I feel like there's angry people in every race. Why does it just have to be black women? There's angry women in every race.
Exactly.
But it's just when we express ourselves, we're direct. We hit the mark. We know what we're going to say and when we're going to say it. We have an
say
answer.
with
Okay,
conviction.
with conviction. Plus my head movements. Okay, yeah, I did
And
that on
this
purpose.
is yeah. Coco says we may be the least attractive, but the most imitated.
Exactly.
So can somebody make that make sense to me? Because I've got to swing the chair around like this.
Don't give me joke, Nubian. Don't give me joke, Nubian.
No, seriously, because if we're the least attractive and we are considered the angry black woman, why does everybody would like to imitate the black?
Exactly.
You know, I've noticed these days in films and everything that everyone's saying bro. You notice that?
Yeah.
Bro. Everyone's bro. Bro.
Spudding each other.
Spudding each
If
other.
you don't know what spudding is, it's when you get your
touch.
two fists
Yeah, you touch.
and you touch.
Yeah, the chest and the chest. when
As
you
a greeting.
As a greeting.
It's a
When you greet,
greeting.
yeah, when you greet each other, it's the fist hump. Yeah, and then you pull each other in for the chest.
Yeah.
To me, that stems from the black community.
It does.
You know,
100%.
and at the end of the day, I don't have nothing wrong with it, but then don't stereotype us. Then
Yes. I feel like it's not easy because there are many talented black women out there that are in great jobs, and it's just hard for them to break that barrier because they are black. And then also, not only do we have to try and break through that barrier, we also have to adapt to the environment that we're in. You can never just be yourself, just talking like normally. You know, sometimes you put on a posh voice, or someone that speaks more clearer English. If you get what I'm saying, you know, we have to adapt. There's so much things that happen within the work environment that we have to deal with that no other race has to deal with.
that's another thing.
So I feel like that plays a part in how we interact with other races, whether it be the work environment or relationships.
Exactly.
Do you get what I mean?
And I also, I was just about to touch on the workplace, because that's another thing in the stats that 7% of black women, they don't reach where they're supposed to reach in the workplace because of their attitude. You know, they don't reach their full potential. in the workplace.
But is it attitude though? Is it attitude or is it passion? Is it attitude or is it confidence? Like, you know, it doesn't. You could literally be saying, "Katie, can you pass me the cup?" And because you say it in a certain tone, oh, what, are you all right there, sis? You sound a little bit, you sound a little bit like you're on edge. I feel like you shouted at me just then to pass you the cup. And this time I've just asked Kate normally to pass me the cup. That is what you go through as a black woman in the work environment.
Exactly.
Even if it can go as far as even health. Yeah. When you're telling a doctor or a nurse, I am in pain. No, black women.
Yeah.
We've got a higher pain threshold.
Yeah, what is
Who
pain?
told you that? Who told you that? It's not true. It's
Welcome
a
aboard,
myth.
G-Star. Welcome aboard.
Welcome,
Bless
G-Star.
up.
Bless up.
Bless up, bless up, blessings. Yes, so who told them that? Who told them that we can manage everything that comes to us? Who told them that?
Exactly.
I don't understand this.
That's what I want to know. I don't understand. I could literally be going to a doctor and saying, I am in pain. Oh, no, that's fine. We'll just give you some paracetamol. And then next thing you know, me gone. No, seriously, it's actually that real.
Yeah, it's true.
Think about the birth rates. Why is it that black women are more likely to die in labour than any other race?
Yeah.
Make that make sense. Someone is not listening to us.
Exactly.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's a bit crazy. So I just don't...
Or we might be considered as exaggerating.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah, we might be exaggerating.
Don't worry, you'll be fine. Just take 2 ibuprofen, 1 paracetamol.
Or a little bit
and
of
you're
morphine.
Little bit of
No,
morphine.
because obviously, if you're in pain and stuff in the hospital, if you're at the doctors or in the hospital, and if you're in excruciating pain, those are the high dosage medication that they give you.
Yeah, that's very
Yeah,
true.
yeah. They bring out the morphine.
Yeah.
But they're reluctant to, because obviously we could deal with it. I just think it's very, very unfair.
Yeah.
And do we think that the reason why some of us are seen as angry, is it because of trauma? Do you think that we've been through a lot of trauma in our lives, why we behave so?
I feel like trauma has a contribution to it. Because I feel like if you're thinking about pre-slavery, king and queen days, I feel like it was all good. We was vulnerable. We was the woman. We played the role. We did everything what we were supposed to do. Now, after that, I feel like post-slavery, we've gone through so much trauma with slavery itself, coming out of slavery, trying to make something of ourselves, trying to build. Do you get what I mean? Having the black man snatched away from you and then the family home is broken. You've got all that to consider. And then obviously in these times, 2024, it just looks different. It might feel the same, but it just looks different. Now it's a work environment. Now it's the subtle kind of racism or prejudice within the workplaces and stuff like that. But I also feel like, I'm going to ask you guys, do you think that the lack of black men have an impact on whether black women have a chip on their shoulder? Like the lack of black men within the home, or the lack of black men within black and black relationships. Do you feel that has an impact on whether the woman, the black woman specifically, has a chip on their shoulder?
Exactly.
Okay, because Mensa says he thinks that black women do have a chip on their shoulder. However, it's not naturally there. Okay.
Yes.
Before we all start running down.
Welcome aboard, Mensa.
Hi, Mensa. Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard. Sorry. But yeah.
He says it's not naturally there. He believes that it is from trauma. So some of the black ladies that are in the chat right now, let me know what you think.
Exactly.
Is that the case? Are we wrong?
Or any lady. It doesn't have to be a black lady. It could be anybody.
All ladies, all women.
Or men.
And
everybody
men
would
too.
like to know what you think about us.
Yes.
Do you think that we have a chip on their shoulder, on our shoulder, and are we considered hostile, aggressive, overbearing, illogical, ill-tempered and bitter. Those are all the things that
Those are very horrible words. No, I'm sorry.
Oh dear.
They're very horrible words.
They are.
Not all. I mean, every race can be like that. Every single race
Yeah.
that has women in it can be like that. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not just specifically black women. I'm sorry, it's not. It can't be. I feel like it may feel like that, but it's not.
But the thing is, in a lot of cases, you know, when you look on TikTok and you look on social media and stuff like that, it's majority of the black women that are more hostile and more aggressive than a lot of other races. That's what people record and put on social media. So what are people supposed to think?
And that's the thing. Social media plays a big part in that also, which is very unfortunate. Sometimes we can get painted in a good light. Sometimes we can get painted in a not so good light. You know, it really depends on the situation. But social media does play a big part in that. You see reels, you see posts. Oh, you know, this black woman did this or this black woman did that, or there's a Karen, because there are Karens out there who are specifically against certain things that black women may portray, you know,
Yes.
and that's just their characteristics. I feel like there's a lot of miscommunication. Everything, and there's a lot of things that are misconstrued.
I
There's a
feel
lot of
like
blurred
our
lines.
tone has got a lot to do with that as well. Our tone, how we say things, you know, the tone of our voice may come across as being aggressive.
But I
you
feel like
know.
that's just passion, and I feel like that's judgment.
We're not saying that not all black women. There's some black women that are aggressive and stuff like that.
Yeah,
We're not saying that, you know,
there
there's
isn't
none
any
that are
completely,
aggressive. Like,
yeah,
come
'cause
on,
there is a lot.
Let's be realistic. But some people, you know, it's the way that, you know, the body language, your voice, your eye, everything, because
your
your
demeanor,
demeanor, everything is combined into
your
one.
aura.
Yeah, you know. So what's Coco saying?
Coco says, I think the construct of the black family has faced a lot of damage. Black women have had to take on more to survive. When you see a black woman in a safe, loving environment, she can be her true self. But, sorry. Yeah.
You serious?
Yeah. Yeah. Big up yourself, Coco, each and
Big
every
up
time.
yourself, Coco.
No, big
for
up
that.
yourself. Well put.
Yes, it's true.
Well put. It's so true. We've taken a lot to be able to survive. We've gone through a lot of trauma to be able to be where we are today.
Because remember, you know, they always tell us, you know, when we're growing up that we've got to work 10 times harder
Yes.
than any other race. You know, it's like, in some ways, when you look at it, it's like we've been brought up with a bit of a chip on our shoulder, if you want to put it like that.
Yeah.
Because it's like we've got to be on the defensive straight away. Oh, you know, we have to beware of everybody because we've got to work 10 times harder for everything. Oh, we have a guest.
Oh, hello.
He's not a guest. It's Benson.
Welcome, Benson.
Welcome aboard.
Morning.
I knew he was going to say morning. It's evening. No, it's true. It's true. It's true what you and Coco said. I'm sorry. I feel like we've been through a lot to survive. And yes, we have been told as we're growing up that we've
Yeah.
got to work 10 times as hard to be just as good.
That's it.
Do you get what I mean? And that's kind of drilled into our heads. And I feel like that adds a lot of pressure.
Yes, a lot of pressure.
To the black woman. You know?
It's so bad that these days, when you have children, you don't even want to name your children certain names.
That's crazy.
You don't even want to call them certain things because you just think to yourself, is this going to damage them for the future?
And we shouldn't have to think like that.
Yeah.
That's horrible. That's
You know, yeah. You know, you're going to be judged because of what you know, when you look on the application form, when you see the name, oh, no.
yeah,
We
no,
don't
it's
want
true.
them,
It's
you
so
know.
true.
Yeah.
I feel like they try to figure out what race you are by your name.
That's right.
if they can't
Or your
pronounce it,
CV. Yeah.
or your CV, yeah, exactly. If they can't pronounce it, or the first name, or if they can, if the last name is English, then they might automatically assume that you're of a mixed race, which is mad. It doesn't matter. Do you get what I mean?
It doesn't matter. If you're capable of doing the job, then why not?
It should be based on your skills, but it's not. That's just not the reality of it.
Benson?
Morning again.
Morning. How are you? How's your week been?
Not good. Always busy as usual, but we're giving thanks and praise nevertheless, Yeah, it's good to be busy and it's all right.
Yes.
Sometimes you need a little rest, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So it's just one of those things. Very interesting topic, but the thing is, this is a sort of topic that I personally feel that people will feel offended in some cases. And then a topic like this really is a topic wherein we have to be honest and true about it all. Now, first I heard Zeus mentioned about slavery. One of the things that I personally don't like is us blaming things on slavery in regards to even our behavior. Because remember that even when slavery came in, how much did that affected their behavior? Psychologically, yes, but I think time has moved on wherein we would get past that in the sense of where our behavior is concerned. So if I personally should reflect on the whole aspect of slavery in regards to our behavior, I think we have passed that part. Then I would have to reflect and say it was there in the tribe's behavior before slavery came into existence. Because look at even the behavior of women, and I just want to try as best as possible to stick to the topic in regards to the topic.
Yeah.
Now, these ladies nowadays, black ladies, as you mentioned, they haven't been through slavery. They haven't been around 500 years, 300 years for them to have that behavior, which is also something that if you put into Google now and put black woman behavior, it will show you and tell you. I don't know, I've never done a research on it, right, personally. But Nubian, I can remember something that when they did the research and it said 70%, and then when they conducted a survey on black woman behavior, over 500 students studied the behavior, and they had some videos, and they put other nations in the same circumstances at a workplace, and then the behavior pattern was totally different as how to black women actually behave than other races.
Don't you think it's a bit like? Don't you think we have post-traumatic stress though?
Post-traumatic stress can go on for 300 years and then it still follow on, and then we don't break that chain, and the chain hasn't been broken. What we have to, even to the point that if you should even Google it and see what it is about it and how they categorize us. All right, look into it. This is to prove how important and how the black race is. Because, in my opinion, I haven't conducted a study, but you can find any information about any black people, really and truly more than any other nation. About blacks. More informations are there about blacks and where they are coming from. And ladies, wrong or right? The information is there about blacks in
Yes.
everything
Yeah.
than every other nation. Now, this is how I would say how important the black nation is to society. Right?
Yes.
If everybody has to go out and write up all this information about us, right? But yet still, when it comes down to the behavioral pattern of black women, honestly, some of their behavior is totally unacceptable. And it's also men also. The temperament of black women, some black women, likewise the men, sometimes you have to stop and think twice and said, I wonder which tribe are they a part of. The behavior really and truly.
Yeah, it's really, really
it's just
bad.
not normal.
Yes.
Yeah,
if
I
we-
agree. Some of
and-
them are
yeah.
just, yeah.
So if we as individuals be fair and be honest and be open, at times when we even look at our own race, I feel ashamed.
No, I agree. Like there are
Wow.
some black women out there that it is a lot. It is a lot. But I feel like what's happening is that because of that maybe small percentage of black women that are like that, we are all being painted as the same way. So then other races, like
Yeah.
even in the work environment, automatically have this kind of, I don't know, they've got their guard up. Do you get what I mean? They've got their back up already. So even if you didn't have an attitude,
Yeah.
automatically, maybe because of a past experience of theirs, they are now painting that same brush on every black woman that they come into contact with.
But if you should be honest with yourself, right?
Yeah.
With an experienced person as yourself and being in the work environment, just try and reflect for a bit and see, like, something might happen at work, which it might happen to other race,
Yes.
yeah, and it happened to a black race. And then why our behavior, the black woman behavior, have to be different from the other race in terms of the same circumstances. It seems, all right.
No,
Look
I
at
agree.
Do you think that you
Yeah.
have to work extra harder to be liked and in the workplace?
Yeah, as long as you're black, that is what it is, right
your
across the
whole
board.
demeanor, everything
Yeah.
changes
It's-
once you're at work.
Yes.
You're not the same person
It's
at
not
home.
even at work. Everywhere you go, and we have to admit it.
Welcome aboard, Faye. Welcome aboard. Good evening.
Yeah.
All the way
Ooh.
from Canary Islands.
Hi, Faye.
Yeah, it's not only at work. The whole thing is because of our color of our skin, we have been stereotyped from day one. There's nothing on the face of the earth that we can do to change that, and we have to accept that. It's just like when you think about a man, yeah, having the Rastafarian hair on his head, right? That is the thing. When a man bear this thing on his head, right? Automatically, you're being stereotyped.
Yeah, you're being judged.
And
Yes.
yes, and black people will come up on that on day-to-day basis.
Yes.
Now what happened is, for us to be acceptable to a lot of race and a lot of people, they have to spend a little time around you to know that you're not as how people say you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to take time to prove ourselves, just like in the workplace. We have to work to a certain level to be accepted. And we cannot get rid of that. That is why the bombs that they're dropping in Ukraine and Russia and Iran and with Syria and all those things, they would have to drop a bomb on all black people and on the world for the world to start all over again and everybody be on an equal kill. So as
don't
long
you
as
think that it's unfortunate though, because you could come into contact with other races. They do the same thing that a black person or a black woman would do, and they're not getting the same stick. Do you get what I mean? They're not.
Yeah.
They're not being treated the same. So even if I was a black woman and I am a black woman, but if I was in a situation and I behaved in a certain way that lets another race know that I am not. Don't stick me into that category of angry black woman. I express myself in a mannerisable way. You know, I'm polite, I'm respectful, all those things. I'm still gonna get judged though. I'm still going to get judged. Like we wouldn't judge a race on the behavior and say that the whole of that race, that's how they act. We
Welcome
wouldn't say
aboard.
that.
Sorry. Welcome aboard, Antonio. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Chill and
Hi,
Spill.
Antonio.
Antonio says, greetings, my Chill and Spill host, DJ General, in the house, just making dinner. Oh, yes, you're always making a good
Pepper
dinner.
steak and what?
Jerk chicken.
Oh, my
Jerk barbecue chicken.
Ooh.
He says, all black women are beautiful, but some of them take it too far and make other black princesses look very bad in the world because of their behavior. Well said.
Well said.
And well said, Benson, as well. And Christine says, well said, Benson. It's very true what you're saying.
yeah, all right. That is why sometimes I'll say to you that there are certain things that this is something that we're looking on, but we are not seeing. We have to realize that. Remember, you mentioned the word slavery before.
Yes.
And I'm going to say something to you
Okay.
in regards to that.
Okay.
Remember, we would put it from there where black people came into existence, although we were there before.
Yes.
But I'm going to take it from there.
Okay.
Now, when you're categorized as a slave, remember that word,
Yes.
slave.
Yeah.
When you're categorized as a slave and coming from a slave background or wherever it is, how are you expected to be treated? How are we going to get rid of that
What, the
when that
slavery?
shadow is over our heads?
Obviously, your
It's-
behavior, innit?
Okay, remember what I said. Look beyond what your eyes is not seeing.
Mm-hmm.
If you are categorized as a slave coming from a slave tribe, right? How are you going to be treated? Right? It's like a pen, right? Or a pack of lions or sheep or herds, yeah?
Yeah.
And you leave from over that fence, yeah? And go over to the fence where the elephants are, right? That elephant is still going to say you're coming from there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
they
then
are.
it's now for the elephant now to say, here what happened. This lion is not going to bite us. This lion, he can stay among us and he won't do any harm. But still watch him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No,
for
I get
us,
what you're saying.
So for that to,
It's a metaphor. Though.
Yeah.
for that stigma to come out of people's mind.
The whole world has to start again.
Yes.
Simple.
Exactly.
It's true. We
Exactly.
are never. You know how sad that is.
That's
that we're
very sad.
never, ever gonna get over this.
Yes.
We're
Never,
never,
ever.
We're always going to be judged. We're always going to be stereotyped. As a race, I know we're talking about the black woman, but it happens with the black man too.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It does.
Yeah.
The black man gets stereotyped as well because if you look a certain way, you're going for a job, you look a certain way,
Yep.
you're dressed a certain way.
Yep.
You know, you may have all the skills in the world, you got everything that they need for the job, but yet they won't take you on
And this is how.
just because of stereotype.
Yes, and we have
Good
to
evening,
realize.
Sylvia and Yvette. Happy
Yeah.
birthday to Yvette, and I
Happy
hope you're enjoying
birthday,
your holiday
Yvette. Enjoy
in
your
the Canary
holiday.
Islands.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes. Sorry. Benson.
Yeah, so when we do look at it or wherever it is, now we will meet. We're gonna go like back to the topic. Now, for black women, now we will see very beautiful black women, very intelligent black women, know how to address themselves in any crowd and wave and the whole shebang or wherever it is. But at the end of the day, it's a typical thing. I'm going to use a reference. What is happening now? Look at Jada Kingdom and
Yes.
Stefflon
and
Don.
Steph
I was
London.
going to do that
All right.
today, but I said
Yeah.
no.
I'm going to use that as a typical example because it's happening now. Now, have you seen over the years in the music industry where any other ladies of different not have a little black in them behaving in the way how they are behaving over some songs or who sleep with this man or who in doing that?
Yeah.
Just an example.
Yeah.
The thing is, I've seen it, but
All right.
it is always black women.
All right.
Yeah.
As
Look-
rappers do it as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
But-
not other
It's
races.
never
Yeah.
other races, not
All right.
that I know of.
Yes.
Yeah, not that
I'm
I
not
know
aware
of.
of.
So we have to be honest with ourselves. Another reference I'm going to draw again. Look at Spice, right? When she was on that American,
Oh, Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, Love and Hip
yeah,
Hop.
yeah.
Look at Spice with her behavior on that show. Have you ever seen a white person behave like that before?
But you know what? But as I was doing my research about this topic,
Yeah.
it's been said that why is people so drawn to women in the live shows, like not live shows, like reality
shows.
People are entertained by it. They love it. The more,
Alright.
the better.
Yeah.
That's what the
Remember-
research shows, you know.
Yeah, the research will show that. Because what happened is, another thing I'm going to use for an example. When we had the COVID lockdown and Switz Beat was having his show with all the American rappers, right?
Yes.
Look at when Bounty Killer and Beanie Man,
Yes, done
Went on
a
it.
clash.
Fire show.
and it was the biggest show
Yeah.
that ever watched.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like everything else in life, right? The world is drawn to controversy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we can't get rid of that. Now, what happened is sometimes for even somebody watching like Spice behavior, some persons will find it hilarious. But for me, I don't find it hilarious. I feel ashamed. So if there's nothing bad going about those sitcoms or whatever, who is going to watch it? If we don't have a big uproar.
But do you
and-
know what? Yeah. Sorry.
right.
Sorry to cut you,
Yeah.
but even in like, so you've got like Housewives of New Jersey. They're a predominantly Caucasian cast. Yeah, a predominantly white cast, and even in their shows, they might not be necessarily, fighting or whatever, but they have big bust ups, and that is what makes people want to keep watching.
All right.
Yes. Welcome aboard, C. Welcome
aboard, C.
Welcome aboard.
All right. Another thing with black women. Allow two black women, yeah, for one to find out that their boyfriend is sleeping with another girl. Yeah? Typical example.
Oh dear.
No,
Don't mix me.
no. This is the part where it's serious. Yeah?
Oh my god.
And if you look into it, and we've been around and see other nations, when a black woman find out that her man is sleeping with somebody else, the Jamaican wants them.
Me a go for her and me a go pull out her here and well me catch her. No, wait for her with a stick. Huh? What she a do?
And I'll tear, you get what, you understand? Now, those that are the Jamaican one now, you know. Now, if you look at it now, with the English ones, the ones them that don't related or associate with Jamaicans, them behave a little bit different. Them call up them friend. Hello, Catherine. Did you know that Benson is sleeping with Marcia? And Marcia would said, really? What happened to these black
No,
guys?
sir.
You get what I mean? And then she called a Jamaican girl. Hello, Marcia. You couldn't tell me that Benson was sleeping with Hillary. And Hillary,
What you said to me? Let me come here. What's it?
meet me on the side. So
Oh my God.
notice the behavior. Then you find out another white woman now. She more if you go take it cool and say, yo, I'm not gonna really fight still because I can't fight. Or she a go practice, she a go a one karate class and say, wait. And she even will think about it and curse that and break up some things in the house. And when the man come, them fight in the house. The black woman, anyway she meet her on the street, that's how the shing bang start.
Welcome aboard, KD.
Welcome aboard, KD.
So
I have to, before you finish, sorry, Benson, I have to say, if you are looking for some shades, all different types of shades, I know it's cold outside, but there's some people that's going on holiday, you
Yes.
know, and it's not all dark shades. You know, you've got some nice neutral shades. Actually, Benson's got one on right now as we speak. KD Shades. If you're interested in getting some shades, there's a great January sale deal going on right now.
Yep.
And you need to get involved.
Look at
Yeah.
the Instagram at KD Shades.
Yeah, KD Shades. KEDI Shades. Yeah? Yeah. So, sorry.
Oh dear.
Sorry.
yeah, so now when we look at it, and you still find nice black ladies who even look if you find no comments on that thing there for me, please. Cause I feel me I talk too long now. Now, if you still look at it, you'll still find black women who behave calm, just the same, right? But it swings because we observe our nation more and our women more. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This serious.
It's definitely serious. It's definitely serious to think that, you know, we are always going to be judged and you know, no matter what. And if you've been born back home, the way that you deal with certain situations is different to if he was born in the US or the UK. I feel like the US is a little bit psycho too, you know, to be honest.
Yes, I'm sorry. I feel like they
The
are.
US
Yeah,
ladies
I feel
like-
are a bit psycho too.
Yeah.
And the UK ones are psycho
and
too.
UK as well. I'm sorry.
They're psycho everywhere, but
Yeah.
they just
It's
do it.
everywhere.
They deal with it differently.
They
Yeah.
They might deal with it differently, or they might not be as in the spotlight at the time. So do you get what I mean? I feel like other races do it
They
too.
might even be more calculated.
They might be more calculated. They might poison your food. Lord of God.
Yeah, man.
Do you know how much shows I've seen?
Yeah.
The serial killer woman. Okay? Majority Caucasian women. No judgments. But yeah. Okay?
Every nation would do it.
Exactly.
I feel
nation.
like but
Every
yeah, but
nation.
when you look at the black woman, say, oh yeah, you just expect the black woman to behave a
And
certain
that's
way.
what it is. It's the expectation
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
black
expect
women
the
are
black
going
woman
to
to
act
do it.
like that.
Yeah.
We pay more attention to our race then. That is one of the major things. Because as I said before, all of this thing is psychological from where we are coming from. And the stigma is around us. Because we pay
So when
more
it-
attention.
So when you say where we're coming from, what do you mean?
All right, remember them put we in the slavery thing.
Oh,
right?
okay. So we're going back to the slavery.
No, in the sense that we like to blame everything from slavery.
Okay.
So if we resort back to that,
Right.
we use that at times and say this is how that aggression, that aggressiveness, loudness, or whatever it is, and black people don't take any bull da. But what happened is, it's just something that has been there with black people from existence.
But the thing is, I understand that as well. But you know what? In the slavery, a lot of us black people were controlled, and I feel like this is why they probably have had enough of that now. You can't control us.
Do you
like
know
that.
what? And that's such a good point.
Yeah.
That's such a good point, Nubin. Do you know why? Do you know why it's a good point? It's because if you check the history, a lot of the rebellious slaves were sent to Jamaica. If you didn't know, now you know. A lot of the rebellious slaves, the slaves that didn't want to conform, the slaves that didn't want to
Either that or
listen
killed.
or yeah, or that a lot of them were sent to Jamaica. So maybe that is why Jamaican women, black
And
women
men.
and men are so passionately expressive. Do you get what I mean? Because if we're talking about slavery, like I said, a lot of the rebellious slaves were sent to Jamaica because they could not be controlled. So now maybe if a Jamaican woman or man was in a certain situation, yes, he is definitely gonna most
All right.
definitely act different in a
Yeah.
situation. But that's not saying that that person, that individual, cannot control their own behavior. I'm not saying that, because you should be in control of yourself. Yeah, 100%. No one should be able to take you out of your zen.
Nobody
Yeah? No one. Because that means you are not in control of,
of
yourself.
yourself. Exactly.
Someone else is controlling you. If someone can say something and your reaction be so destructive, that means you're not in control of yourself. If you can't articulate yourself in a certain way and be able to express yourself in a certain way without being violent and so forth, that means again you are being controlled by someone else. You're not in control of yourself.
Exactly.
100%. So in that sense, like I said, a lot of the slaves rebellious slaves were sent to Jamaica, which is why maybe culturally they're so expressive, passionately expressive
Yep.
in certain situations,
Exactly.
because they are used to
having to defend themselves.
having to defend themselves or getting their point across or being able or not conforming. Do you get what I mean? Not being put in a box. Okay, not being judged, not being stereotyped. This is me and this is who I am and I'm proud to be that.
All right. Yeah, you mentioned that
This serious.
you mentioned about the slaves that were aggressive. Remember that now, yeah? In Jamaica, right? There are a lot of Germans that has been in Jamaica for years. Real German.
Now there's Jews. But
Yeah.
yeah.
M- I'm going far,
Way
far,
back.
far. Yeah.
Way back.
Okay.
Now, the Germans that are there in Jamaica, just the same. Now, what are you saying now? The Germans ladies that portray that behavior is because of the environment that they are in, right?
Okay.
So no, because if you're going to say about the whole slavery and the aggression,
Yes.
remember also during that period of time with the whole aggression, and if you should even look at the behavior, and if you do a little history on it, there were ladies, right? There were ladies around at that time that even did not want their husbands or their boyfriends to go in any conflict with anybody.
Yeah, because they
Very
probably
calm
end up.
people, just the same. So
Yes.
it's just like how now, like a man would be going to war now, and the family does not want it to happen because the ladies there also, there were quiet ladies there.
Yeah, definitely.
One of the
We're
remember,
not saying all.
yeah, because everything that we're saying, we can't say everybody.
No way.
No.
Yeah,
100%.
because remember, even when it came back to slavery and the whole transition of or getting our freedom in Jamaica, out of the heroes that we have, there was also Nanny, just the same, who was a lady, who also fought for us to be free in that sense and the life that we are living now. But I don't personally think from over that period of time that the behavior, we should pass that behavior now to know that some behavior is just not acceptable.
No, and I'm not saying that we're passing on that behavior, and I understand what you're saying. All I'm saying is that I feel like it has had an effect. Like it's like a domino effect, isn't it? If you hit one domino at the top,
Yes,
the last
they'll-
one's gonna also drop down. It might take a little while. It might decrease by the time it gets to the last domino. Do you get what I mean? But it's still going to have some type of effect. Now, I'm not blaming it, and I'm not saying that that's why they carry on like that specifically, but I feel like it does have an effect. If you're constantly, as a black woman, being questioned about your character, being questioned about your attitude because of those other races' previous experiences or other experiences of black women, like, why should I be painted the same? Do you get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Why should I be painted? I am not like that. No one is, what people are not doing is taking the race out of it and just judging me as a human.
Exactly.
Because technically, there is only one race, and it's the human race.
That's it.
Okay? There's only one race, the human race. We are all humans.
And we're all one.
And we are all one.
If we cut each and every one of us, we're going to see the same thing, blood.
Exactly.
You know? Faye says, black women are just passionate, not aggressive, because we like to be heard. Our voice are not heard in society.
Yes. And that's the thing.
And that's the thing. And
We
I
are
feel like
shunned.
this is what, and this is why we
Yes.
have to be extra
Yes.
passionate when we're expressing ourselves. And this is why it comes across as being aggressive and hostile
Yeah. I
and
mean,
ill-tempered.
you could be
Yeah.
in a
Oh, dear.
in a meeting.
Did I press 2?
Yeah, you pressed it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, you could be in a meeting. You could be in a top CEO meeting, a chairman, whatever, and you put across an idea to one of your peers, your colleagues, who prior to the meeting, and then when you get in the meeting, because you are the only black woman in the meeting, and you get into the meeting now, and you're about to say your idea, and then your colleague says your idea instead, and the poor, acts like it was their idea. Things like that we are dealing with on a daily basis. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Our voices are not being heard. Even though we're doing the right thing, we don't all
Saying
have
the
an
right
attitude.
thing.
We're saying the right thing. We're trying to contribute as much as we possibly can to then elevate ourselves. People are then taking that glory away from us and portraying it as their own. It's just like what Coco said earlier. At the end of the day, we might not be to other races the most attractive, which I disagree with, obviously, but we are the most imitated.
But the black men are the most attractive race in the world.
Oh, wow.
The black men are more attractive,
Yeah,
and the women
yeah.
are the least.
That's
the black women.
funny.
But
We'd like to big up Tessa. Welcome to Chill and Spill.
Hi,
Keisha
Tessa.
and
Hi,
Byron.
Keisha.
Welcome to Chill and Spill.
Welcome to Chill and Spill.
alright,
Yes.
they even earlier on you mentioned about black men not being around. This is what black ladies need to realize and how time and things are changing. Ladies cry out for I'm independent this or independent. This is what the black ladies think.
Not me.
Yeah, and think they can go without a man. But funny enough, you're thinking that in your head. Fine, love the independency. But if you check the statistics now, black men are not really going for black women either. And
Yeah.
black men have been complaining about the black ladies' behavior also. So when you calculate it now, couple years down the line, you're not gonna find a straight black child. All of them will be mixed with another
That's
nation.
what the whole world.
Yeah,
should be mixed.
so that's if you look around now, and it's not the men fault, it's the ladies' behavior. And then you're going to think you don't want this or whatever. The same way you're saying that the man is saying the same thing too. So you're saying you don't want any black man, but black man is saying the same thing, so it's equal.
I don't know
kill.
who's saying I didn't want any black man.
No, a lot of ladies will say that.
I
Because
don't know
earlier
who's
on
saying
they're
that
saying-
either.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'm
But-
not sure.
I
but
don't think
if-
that's.
I don't know where that's
I
coming
feel like
from.
there's more
Yeah.
black men
All
saying,
right.
you know what?
But not any
I'm
black
hanging up
women
my
that
boots.
I know.
So why you think black men now are not going for black women? Why you think?
Well, I'm not
Is it
saying.
because they're black? It's not because they're black, it's because of their attitude.
Yeah, I know, but then at the same time, not everyone's got an attitude.
Yeah, exactly.
We know that whatever topic we bring up or whatever, not everybody is going to be the same, and not every black man is going to think the way that the other places is think. So I'm not being biased to no one, but it's the same thing on both sides. Because you will have some people who don't like this, some people who don't like that. I'm cutting it straight down the middle as it is. But if you look into it now, right? If you
We've
look
got a
into
live
it-
caller.
We got a live caller.
People.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How about I've got a feeling?
Tonight's gonna be.
I'm talking
good
to
night.
the A-lister. I'm sure of it.
Yes, most definitely is the A-lister.
Oh, welcome aboard, and welcome back from your glorious holiday.
Yes. So I just want to say, firstly, I want to say Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New
How
Year.
are you?
Happy New Year.
We are good. How are you?
Yes, I'm very well. And again, another topic that I've got a lot to say.
Well, it's a safe space.
And that is, thank you, because that's the most important thing.
Exactly.
You know, I need to know it's safe
It's
for me to
safe.
say something.
It's very
You know what
safe.
Welcome aboard. Hang on, welcome aboard, Angie. Welcome aboard, Manager General. Welcome aboard. Sorry, A-lister. Go ahead, man.
The floor is yours.
Okay, so the first thing I heard was, why do black men go for white women? That's the last thing I heard. I know that's not the topic, but that's what I heard.
Right.
Right.
And then the other thing was about black women having a chip on their shoulder.
That's it.
That's it.
Now, I get it. The reason being why I get it is because I feel that a lot of black women today have had to play two roles of mother and father.
Right.
So
Right.
when you're playing that role of being mum and dad, then there is going to be a bit of masculine energy around you. So it can intimidate a lot of black men because black women have had to deal with the struggle. So I understand it. You know,
Yeah.
I don't put the blame on black women. I don't even put the blame on black men. I just the blame is on. I could go deeper in it, which is more the Babylon system and how things have been made to demonize and to demasculate the black man. So black women have had to raise their game, and they've had to do a lot more than what they've needed to be. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yes,
Yes.
I understand.
So, so then now, with a woman that has had to play both roles and whatever, then they meet this black man that meets this strong black woman that's had to do everything, paying her own bills, doing all her own thing. Yeah.
Right.
That will intimidate certain man that is not real man. So then they'll then palm it off of saying that she's got the problem and she's got the chip on her shoulder because some black men are too weak to deal with certain black women. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Now, a lot of them will go to the Caucasians. They will do that. Let me tell you why they'll do that, because it's an easier life. It's an easier life, and then you're going to go with the one that's got the privilege, you know? So when you're with Karen or Sharon,
Yeah.
they're like, la, 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 la. Everything is lovely around there because they've had no trials or tribulations to deal with. So,
Right.
yeah, it will be nice. Do you understand? It is
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
nice there. You
Yeah.
will have a different type of lifestyle because you're living with the privilege. However, when things go sideways,
Yeah.
remember, you're just a black geezer. Do you understand what I mean?
Exactly.
When it goes sideways,
kidding me?
yeah, you are the black. See you next Tuesday.
That is so funny.
Do you understand where
Yeah,
I'm coming
yeah,
from?
that's what it boils down to.
It does.
I disagree with the narrative of black women having a chip on their shoulder.
Okay.
And
disagree
you
with
just
that.
confirming with the audience that the A-lister is a black man himself.
Yes, he
Okay.
is a black man.
Oh, I'm as black as it gets.
The blacker the cherry.
The sweeter the juice.
Come on, let's get it.
Definitely.
Sweet, sweet, sweet.
Do you understand what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do get it that some of us do go for the Caucasian women. I do understand it, because there are some men, and it's not a bad thing, because everybody's different. We have weak men and you have strong men.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you're not going to find a weak black man with a strong black woman, not unless he likes to be demasculated.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because
absolutely.
you understand, because there are submissive men.
Yes,
Out
for
there.
sure.
That's
For sure.
Absolutely.
So if you're a submissive man, then do that, but know that after a while you will give her the ick, because as much as she may want a submissive man,
She wants a
after a
manly
while,
man.
after a while she's gonna want a real man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you understand? Somebody who can stand up, where that will make decisions,
Exactly.
that will take lead.
Yes.
That's right.
As much as there are
Amen. I
independent
feel like
women
I'm in
that are doing-
church. Hallelujah.
as much as there are a lot of black women that say, that they're independent or whatever, but every woman wants a man to take lead and to take
Yes.
control.
Come on.
Absolutely.
Talk the tea,
Talk
A-lister.
the
Talk the
tea,
tea.
A-lister. I
Yeah,
mean,
well-
I don't want to lead. As a black woman,
Yes,
I do
man.
not
I don't mind
want
being a submissive
to
one.
lead. I want my man to lead. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
Yeah.
But let me just say something to you there.
Yeah.
So you want your man to lead.
Yes.
You wanting your man to lead, you need to make sure that you create that space for him to lead.
Absolutely.
There are a lot of people that say that they want their man to lead or whatever, but they're very good at saying it in their mouth.
Yes. No, and I 100%
Yes, and their
agree.
actions don't
And their
speak- yeah.
actions don't speak for it.
Yes.
And I
Do you
100%
understand?
It's
agree
true.
with you.
It's true.
So it's important that I'll never forget. Years ago, I used to be with this lady, and let me tell you something. She was in complete control of everything. However, she made me feel like I was the boss and I was in control of everything.
Yes.
And she's one of the women that I was with. I never cheated on.
Wow.
Oh, wow. You see? But that's the thing. That's what I'm all about. I'm all about making my man feel like the king that he is.
Yes.
Okay? Regardless of what his...
And not only
his-
that, I feel like it's very important to pick and choose your arguments as well.
Yes.
It's not everything you
Yeah.
must argue about. And I feel
Yes,
like
pick and
that
choose
is
your
the issue.
battles.
Yes, man. It's not
You know,
every little thing.
I think that the word that we shouldn't use is argument, because it shouldn't be an argument.
Yeah,
it
it's
should be a
just
discussion.
a discussion.
Because
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, if somebody's taking the mickey out of you, and then you decide, you know what, there's bigger problems out there, so I'm going to let that one slide. This is the beginning of the problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
You understand? It's a discussion, my darling, babes. However you address your partner, you let them know. You see that there, that kind of made me feel like this, because you remember, you have to give men problems that they can solve.
Yeah.
You understand? And you have to give them, so they need to feel like, you know what, I'm in control of this, and she's got a problem, and let me try and solve it. Then when you come in with the argument and the this and the that, what that does is then that just makes the man feel like, you know what, she's giving me a headache. Let me go to another boonie that's not going to give me any headache. And let me
Yeah.
tell you something, there's a whole list of them out there that will do that.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's so true. It's true. If it's gonna
You know?
be easier, then why not? You're gonna obviously take the easier route. If it's not gonna
Oh,
cause you hassle,
definitely.
if it's not gonna cause you problems, and you're not stressing about it before you go to bed and before you go to sleep, you're thinking about the same
The
problems.
last thing you want to do is give your person unnecessary stress.
Yes.
It's just,
Exactly.
yeah, it's just, it's not
Exactly.
necessary. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because what that does is, but it's the weak men. And let me say that again. The weak men
Weak
will
men.
go outside. That will go outside and find and find a solution outside. The
Yeah.
strong man, the real man, will deal with it in house.
Yes.
Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yes.
And so when picking your man, you need to make sure you get yourself a real strong man and not a weak man.
Yes.
Absolutely. Did you hear that, ladies?
Yes, you have to listen to what the A-lister says. He's
Please.
the man.
He is
And
the man.
Benson, both of them give great advice.
Great advice. Yeah.
You shouldn't go wrong, after listening to both of these men.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
And on that note, I have finished.
Oh dear.
Good night, people.
Thank you
Oh,
so
thank you
much
so
for calling
much.
in, A-lister.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Enjoy the
Thank
rest
you.
of the show and enjoy
Yes,
the
you
rest of
too.
your
All right then.
evening.
Thank you. Take care.
Take
Bye bye.
care.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye. See you.
Welcome
No,
aboard.
sir.
Welcome aboard, the timekeeper. Thank you, A-lister, for calling in. Really appreciate that call in and giving us your insight on the topic. And yes, it was very, very interesting.
It was very informative. So,
Yes.
ladies out there, if you did not hear, then we shall repeat. You know, find yourself a strong man, and
even
not
though
a
that's
weak
not,
one.
even though it's not that
it's
easy to
it's
find.
not that easy.
You can't just say, "Oh yeah, I met a man and he's strong." You ain't gonna know in a week.
No. And
No.
also, A-lister is saying that, you know, black women are not to blame. Black men are not to blame. You know,
And he
it's
doesn't
the-
feel like they have a chip on their shoulder. No.
Yes, exactly.
Christine says, totally agree. I want my man to lead, and he is leading. Well, taught the team.
Taught the things, Christine.
Yeah. Big up Donovan. Yeah, I remember the name. Big up Donovan, man.
Big up
taking the
yourself,
lead.
taking the
yes,
lead.
loving it, loving it, loving it.
I mean, why wouldn't you want your man to lead?
I like sitting back and
Oh, no,
chilling.
get so cheerful with the man to lead. I know that part of the conversation, you know, right? That is a part where A-lister, with the little bit of understanding I have, was to just to prove a point. But the whole topic, that not have nothing to do with the topic, you know.
Hey,
He only made reference. He only made a reference to that for clarification of what he said.
yes, but
So,
he did say
you
that black
notice-
women don't have a chip
Yes.
on their shoulder.
So, but me don't know why you don't get so lively about that part. You understand what I mean?
I think that's a good thing to get
me,
lively
I
about.
thing, yeah.
Listen, me I delete that part totally because that not have nothing to do with the topic.
No, I
So
know.
you too know where I get. Oh yeah, I understand, man. Yeah, man. I know I have to go sit down
Wait,
at the
hold
gym.
on.
Go
We
on
are
to
in the
the
hot
gym.
seat tonight.
Yeah, go on.
Clearly,
go
we're-
on at
we're
the
in the
gym.
hot
We're
seat
yeah,
tonight.
we're on the hot seat.
Go.
We're in the hot seat. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you know why?
Go
We
to the
feel
gym.
like even though we are not the specific representative of black women, we are two black women who are talking about black women having a chip on their shoulder as a topic.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know, though, ladies, you know that it go half and half.
Yeah, no, yeah. You know,
yes,
All right.
some people do, some people
Yeah.
don't.
some people
Some
do,
people don't.
some people don't.
Yes, and
But
like the A-lister
obviously-
said, one of the points that he did mention was, you know, it's because they've had to play two roles, a
Yeah.
lot of them.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that he left because he mentioned that part where he said they have to play two roles. What about the ladies them wanna have no role to play? We're single.
And they still got a chip on their shoulder.
Because a lot of men still ending up with black women that don't have chick or child. Just the same. And then the attitude is still there. So where does that chip come from?
Well, this is what we were
Well,
saying.
Because
This
it's
is what
not all
Coco.
women.
But you know what Coco mentioned it earlier. Coco said that maybe sometimes in the upbringing, not having a man around and all of that, that might be part of the problem as well. Not having a proper, you know, mother and father
figure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
upbringing.
Yeah.
But the man, even if they don't have a proper upbringing, this is the part of it where now, that is, when you enter, that mean that would be a long thing.
Oh wait,
Because that
sorry to
part-
cut you.
yeah.
AJ said. a
Welcome
lot of-
aboard, AJ.
Welcome aboard, AJ.
Welcome aboard,
Hi.
AJ. I'm sorry.
He said a lot of black women say they don't want black men because they are traumatized. So this is what he said. Can we get some clarification on what you mean, AJ, by that
Yes,
comment?
can we get some clarifications, please?
Why do you think that black women don't want black men because they're traumatized? Is it what are they traumatized from?
Christine said they are lively because it's a true statement. The Manager General says, "Amen, Uncle," for what he was saying earlier. For
Yes.
those that heard on A-lister.
A-lister.
Welcome aboard, Rufus. DJ Rufus. Welcome
aboard. Hi.
Manager General says, as soon as she starts stress, me gone. Can't take stress. Yeah.
and that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
thing. No one can take
All right.
stress.
So, my question, even with that part. So,
Oh dear.
as,
It's serious.
so,
what the
so,
tissue.
Tissue.
so even right, Coco, where Coco mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Now, that part when Coco made mention of what she said is a bit of a trick question because, in the sense that you would have to explain that to your co-workers and then you would have to explain to your partner about why your behavior is like that. We need a little clarification as to that. Because remember, as the A-lister said, the ladies who have the responsibility to play two roles. Now with the single ladies, and you mentioned that Coco had mentioned something, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Should we read back what
Yeah.
Coco said? Let's
Yeah,
read
no.
back what
So-
she said.
So
we-
Coco said,
Yeah.
I think the
Yeah.
construct of the black family has faced a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Black women have had to take on more to survive. When you see a black woman in a safe, loving environment, she can be her true self.
yeah, I agree to a certain point.
That's what she said.
That's what she said, yeah.
I agree to a certain point.
Welcome
she said.
aboard Luna Lounge.
Yeah.
Fuck Israel.
Big up yourself,
Welcome
Israel. Woo, woo,
Aboard.
woo.
Big up yourself each and every time.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, really and truly, remember that men and society still have problem with ladies that don't fall in that category of having any chick or a child.
Yeah. So you're saying the women that don't have any children,
Yeah.
where do they come under?
Yes. What kind of
What
pressure
trauma-
or
what trauma can they say is
that
a-
they went through or are going through?
Why they're
for
like
their-
this.
Exactly.
But then trauma doesn't just come
From
from
family.
being like having family
It
or
could have been a
having
past relationship.
Or, it could have been a
I'm-
past
I'm
relationship.
fully
It-
aware of that. I'm fully aware of that.
What about the past relationship? It could have been a trauma from the past
So
relationship.
a past relationship contributes to their behavior then.
Some people don't know how to deal with
Their
trauma.
emotions.
Yeah. And then it comes out a different way.
Yeah, I do understand that aspect of it. Remember, now, when we on a day-to-day basis, right? See, I'm going back to the topic,
yeah.
right?
Right.
Some black women behavior, right? You're telling me now that the ones that have family issues, right, and the ones that are single, the trauma or whatsoever they're going through. Remember that every situation, right, causes an individual behavior to be different, right?
Right.
Right.
Wrong or right?
Yes.
Yes.
But why does black women have to deal with certain things at a 15 decibels when another nation will deal with it at 7?
Yeah, but
And
the thing
they
is,
take it to
the other nation,
Why?
the other nation might not deal with it as much. It's just like, for instance, yeah.
I'm
but
asking the question
no,
why.
no, but I understand what you're saying. But imagine,
So why
as a
society
black man,
now?
though,
I'm asking again, why is society now that majority black men now don't want to be around black women or going for another race?
look, it's just like when
And when,
A
hold
black
on,
man.
when
Okay,
the
go,
A-lister
go.
said the Caucasian or whatever it is, when them switch or whatever it is, fine. Black woman switch too. All of them
Well,
switch.
I'm happy to know
So-
that all nations switch.
All nations
all
switch.
nations
Thank you
switch.
very much.
Yeah,
Amen.
Of
Yes.
no border. When
Yes.
when he's saying that, I was laughing in myself. Cause man say right now, if you even go to the courthouse and see how much other nation them were dead to same way. You
No, but
understand what I
can
mean?
I say
And black
something?
women. And all right, you know what we should do?
What?
Me I go do a research on it,
Okay.
right? And find out how much men that are black, yeah, in problems with black women.
Yeah,
no,
but
no,
wait, no,
wait,
I
wait,
don't
wait,
want your
wait, no,
stats.
no, no, wait.
Hold
on.
Before you get done,
No,
no,
Benson,
sir,
no.
someone press the
No,
no, sir.
no.
Someone press
No,
the no,
Benson.
sir.
No, sir.
No,
No,
Benson.
sir.
No,
Why?
I'm sorry.
Listen.
I don't want your stats. You know why? 'Cause
No.
your stats is
Don't mix
gonna
me.
consist of like 30 people. 30 people. That's
mix me.
it.
No.
That's all you're gonna ask.
Alright.
30
No, no,
people.
no, wait.
Nah,
Not just
man.
that, yeah. What
Hear what
about the
happened.
black? Okay, for example,
And
black,
not only that,
black
sorry,
men.
both of you need to settle down actually, because we've got some.
We gotta address the audience.
We have to address the audience. Just settle down. Thank you. Barbara says, Benson, when I started my work where I am now, mostly everyone didn't like me. And I asked myself why. But by the way, I was the only black person there. Say no more.
Say no more.
Nobody
Barbara.
liked her.
Say no more, Barbara.
The one
But no,
black
before
person.
you answer, Benson, on top of that, yeah, as a black man, yeah, you know that it's more likely for you to get stopped by the police, right?
Yeah.
If you are stopped 5 times each day, every day that you come out, you're stopped 5 times. Are you telling me that you are not going to then build up a frustration? By the time you get to the 5th police officer on the 5th day of the week, you're going to build up that frustration and be angry that you're being stopped all the time because you're being judged on how you look or how you dress or what you drive.
But
Do you get what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that that is you as a person and that's your behavior, but you will react to that situation differently than when you started in the beginning. The first time you got stopped, you might have not reacted at the same way as the 5th time that you got stopped, because at this point now,
You're mad now.
I'm mad now. I'm mad now because you're stopping my business. I'm working. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm not troubling anyone. But because you see me in a nice car and I'm driving and my hair's done and I got shades on, do you get what I mean?
I'm looking cool.
And I'm looking cool. You stop me saying, "Oh, must be a drug dealer."
Yeah.
yeah, but
No?
me still, what you just said, I mentioned that earlier. I said to you that it need a whole new world. We have to go live on Pluto,
Yes.
and the attitude have to be different.
Yeah.
That will never come out of society.
Yes.
That will never be eradicated from society.
Yeah.
Where Barbara is concerned, I said to you before that as long as you're black, that is what is going to happen. Wherever you are, wherever you go. That has been there from even,
Forever.
yes, from when changes start to make in society for us to be be accepted in even
In
using the
society.
same toilet as
Yes.
the white person, because that is what that used to happen. Remember when they even back in the days, right?
Right.
When racism was there.
I can see the timekeeper. I'm
Yeah.
coming.
The black
Oh, and I've got
juicy-
some juicy comments
there
as well.
there was white toilets and there was black toilets, don't it?
Yeah.
And remember, for the toilets to take down and said this is only for blacks and whites working in the same place,
Yes.
and that was removed, it was also a problem. Now, society, not all of us would ever think that all humans are the same. So we need a new planet, a new mind
Mindset.
frame for that to happen. So what Barbara went through, it is expected. As I mentioned before, it's just like us that have this Rastafarian here on our heads.
Locks.
When I put on the locks on my head, I know that I will always
And you know
be
what as well? When it comes-
a victim.
Yeah, when it comes to the locks as well, remember there's funky dreads. You're considered as a funky dread, you know.
Yeah, but-
and then you've got the Capleton and
Yeah.
the
True.
Sizzlers.
But as long
Rastafarians
Yeah,
as
that
you
just
have
let
the
it
head
grow,
wrap.
don't
Yeah.
know partings, just
yeah,
wherever
but it doesn't
grows.
matter which one it is.
it don't
No.
matter. So you, for all those persons who put this thing on their head and feel like it's a joyride, remember that now you're in the spotlight. So we have to gear ourselves for those sort of things. We as black people, Rastafarians or whatever, it's something that even if you don't want to accept it, it is there.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
it will never be eradicated.
That's it.
Yeah.
The timekeeper says some ladies just watch too much TV and social media.
Yeah.
And
that's
it
very
also
true.
says the black woman had been targeted by the system as part of the damage
True. So.
and destabilization caused to the black family unit.
Yes. Yes, that is very, very true.
Yes, very true.
And
the
and that
timekeeper.
coincides with what A-lister was saying.
Yes.
You know, the whole like demasculating the man, the breakdown of the family unit, and also AJ. Let me just get this up.
And Barbara says, and I haven't got an attitude. I haven't got a chip on my shoulder. I'm just being me.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. It's always going to be like that.
No,
But
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Go on, AJ. What's AJ
So
saying?
AJ says, okay, a lot of black people have seen their parents go through bad relationships with black men and women, or have been cheated on constantly by a black man to finally say they want to explore.
Sorry, we've got a call in.
Okay, wait.
Good evening, good evening. Welcome to Chill and Spill. And who am I speaking to?
G Star, you know?
Oh, hi, G.
Big up yourself, G-Star.
Yeah, man.
Walk on.
They are going to chill on me.
Yes.
But you know,
We're on the right show, Chill and Spill. You know how it goes.
all right. I watch the thing. When I go on good, man. I go for friends, those. Then see, I go and sip. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You are going to realize now, yeah?
Right.
Because it's so positive as hell, you know?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. The thing is,
Mm.
with this whole slavery and black people and everything, yeah?
Right.
I think is that with black people,
Mm.
we own slaves too much like it's only black people alone go through slavery. You want to know, so really and truly, when I check out history,
Mm.
you know, say white people, them slave every nation,
Yeah.
Indian, Chinese, everybody.
Yeah.
But we are the only ones still stigmatized with it and own it like we can't pass it.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. Why is that?
We need to pass that
Yes.
because we need self-identification
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because we never ever identify ourselves as a people, as slave, and expect so anything I go. You understand? We
That's it.
need, yeah, man, we need to stigmatize that thing and take it off ourselves, the slavery, because every nation gets slave, you know.
No, the thing is, yeah, G, I understand what you mean. You know, everyone's
Yeah.
been slaved and everything, but has all the nations got museums about their slavery and stuff like that? Because I feel like our one was a little bit more highlighted. Why it's still
No.
stuck like that?
Yeah.
No, I hit me mention to you earlier on.
Because,
Are the same thing when I mentioned to you earlier
Yeah.
on. That even with we, that's why me not believe in it. Because as what you say, where everybody is just because we just research that. No, no, Jay, come on
Yeah.
and speak it out for the people them who never aware of it. That
Yeah, man.
every other nation.
But we know that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but do you know what it is? I feel like the main thing is, G, is that it's the length of time that
Yeah.
a
nation.
But we
a
not
nation
face slavery now.
has been.
Yeah, but-
no, we're not in slavery now, but it's the length of time. It was
Yeah, the
500
yeah.
plus years or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
agree.
It's a very long time.
It's a very long time, and other races they might have gone through that for a period of time,
No.
but not as long.
No.
No, it's true.
So, no,
They
no.
I rise up. I rise above. Let me tell you what them do. So you know what them do? You know what them do?
Go on, G.
Them find them self-identification and work on themselves as a nation.
Yeah, that's very true.
They work on themselves as a nation and rise above it. We still own it. We are the only nation still talk about, yeah, slave this, that. What's the other nation then?
But do you
Them-
know
them-
what the Jewish people, they remember what they went through. They
Yeah.
don't forget it either. Just like us black people, they don't forget it.
But the
either,
thing is, you see with
but
them,
they,
though,
however, they're more together.
They work together.
Yeah,
and
that's
that
what
is
I'm
the
saying.
difference.
Yeah.
We
So
don't work together.
Yeah.
In order to move
And-
past it, you have to come together.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what we haven't
And-
done.
Yes.
And that's why we can't
and
move past
self
it.
and our self identification.
That's it.
But then, don't you think that they don't want us to work together because then they feel like we will take over the
That
world?
not down to them. That down to
It's not
we.
what them want.
It's
that
not
down
what
to
they
we.
want, but it's
It's
certain
what
things that are put in
it's
place.
what we need is what we as a people need to do.
Is we. All right.
Yeah.
Slavery not stop.
Yeah.
All right, look at it. Man, look, there's this thing with tomatoes, right? Did you know that the Chinese, they not use tomatoes?
All right.
Yeah? Them not use tomatoes. One of the biggest plantation now with tomatoes now is owned by a Chinese man.
All right.
And they don't eat it.
Yeah. And they're doing like genetic tomatoes. It's a tomato them what we are eat
GMO.
now, yeah? The tomatoes them, even when the tractor go through the field and plow through the field, the tractor can run over it and them don't smash. Them
Yeah.
not squash out.
Wow.
You can boom it on the ground and then not splash out.
Okay, yeah.
If you see the labor that the people down there are going through for even reap the tomatoes and the money when them are get paid, right?
Yeah.
That is slavery. Just like the people them like with iPhone when everybody kill up them phone about iProducts, like myself who use them. If you see the little youths them when them having out of mind,
Yes.
that is who is
Yeah.
Yes,
who
I
is
agree.
working
Yeah.
there.
Slavery is still
It's
going
still
on now.
slavery going on.
Yeah.
Still,
Even
So-
Shein, that company Shein,
So
they are definitely enslaving the people. Them,
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
got workers
For
that
sure.
they're
Electric-
working for like
Change.
two.
even though we're
Less
straying
than
way off the
$2 an
topic.
hour.
Yeah.
We are straying way off the
Alright,
topic.
but-
I'm not gonna lie, but
Yes,
it does
it's true.
coincide together. But yes, we are
Yeah,
straying way off
so
the topic,
what
and we've got
happened is-
so much people that's waiting to
Alright, go with
to
it,
hear what
Gabriel.
they've got to say as well. So yeah, G, yeah, you finished, G?
yeah, man.
no,
man,
tell
good,
him
me
no,
good.
no,
Me
no.
understand,
Hold on, G.
What
Yeah.
happened?
Me hear you. You're glad for the
Yeah, what
calling,
Melissa
but
say, eh.
hear what I say to you now.
Yeah.
Repeat the topic to G, because I want you to answer this topic before you
Yeah.
even go. Repeat the topic to him. I want you to answer this part. Me like the conversation earlier on, but just repeat the topic. I want you to just give your input before you go, please. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
yeah.
would like to know: do you think black women have a chip on their shoulder?
Yeah.
You say yeah.
You say yeah.
You say yeah, G.
No. You see, wait, no. Well, as I said before.
Yeah, I was asking. Yeah,
No,
I'm
it's not
joking.
cheap. It's not cheap. As I said, is identification is our thing.
right.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
right.
what.
Flip it. So identification our thing. All right. Listen, you will say black people, no black woman aggressive, black woman this and black woman that. But you say with people who have self identification, people will understand you.
Yeah.
Yeah? You stand up for yourself. All right. Example. For example now. All right. I see me see black people, especially black woman, or them behave. They don't have no identification. Them always try to be other people.
Yeah.
Them stand out. Especially.
Yeah.
So if you as a person and you have an identification and people can identify for you this, people are gonna respect you.
yeah.
Yeah.
People are gonna respect you. So even if we're black people and we in the workplace or wherever we set myself and everywhere, people will respect you. But when you don't just do everybody do you got nothing.
So do you think that's why black
Yeah.
men are
Mm.
more
Prone
prone to go to Caucasian women or white
or
women
other races.
or other races because they feel, because of what you're saying, because black women cannot self-identify with themselves.
Because you see, as again now with black man, move away from white woman, it's a tricky one.
It is a tricky one. An A-lister, as a black man, he said he believes that the black man is weak.
No,
If you're
no.
going to that side, then you're
You're not
he's
strong enough
he-
to deal with a black
he-
woman.
Yeah, he's not saying that. Obviously, everyone has their preferences. Love is love. He's not saying that in that aspect, but he's saying that black men that always talk about, oh, black women is angry and this and that and so forth about black women, that they are too weak to be able to understand and handle black
No.
women.
No, it's the one where you get to. It's one to me. My experience, is the one where you get where get and deal with it, or deal with it good enough. And my experience.
Mm-hmm. That's it. It's all down to experiences.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because you find a woman wearing is very, very good, and then you have a black woman wearing mess you up, innit?
That's it.
Yep,
it.
it's all down to your experiences.
Yep.
So, be positive and manifest the right one.
So it's not even you as a man are strong, Not not feeling the strength,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, G.
Well, thank you, G.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you for calling in, man. We really like your
Respect.
your point of view.
Yeah, man.
And
Yeah, bless
have a
up,
good
love, yeah.
evening. Blessed. Love. Bye.
Yeah.
Take care. Bye.
Right.
Bye.
So I've got to finish AJ's comment, remember? So
Yes.
AJ, I'll start from the beginning again of what he was saying. AJ said, okay, a lot of black people or men have seen their parents and women go through bad relationships with black men and women, or have been cheated on constantly by black men, to finally say that they want to explore other ethnicities, and some eventually fall in love with a man from another race. Maybe traumatized is a strong word, but I know a couple of men that will only approach white women because they feel that black women have too much attitude when a guy is just trying to get to know them.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Oh dear.
AJ.
No, I'm not wrong. He's not wrong.
We're not saying that he's wrong.
No,
but
we're not saying
we've
he's wrong.
also got an opinion and a reaction.
A 5
We've got
years
a
now.
reaction for that.
5 years now. Me, I do a personal investigation why this is changing. 5 years now, I'm doing that investigation why it's changing. AJ, big up yourself. I totally agree with you 1025%. You understand?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, sir. Totally agree. You understand? Yeah, man, me totally agree. Totally agree.
GMPC Studio.
Okay, Benson.
What's Manager General saying?
We know where your head's at. Yeah, Manager General. He says, I look on things a bit different. For me, a man is just a man, black, white, purple, or blue. We all go through the same things in life.
Yes.
No, I don't call my friend to say. He said I mustn't call you funky dreads. We know what funky means in Jamaica.
Okay.
All right, Manager General. But in the UK, funky just means, it doesn't mean anything dodgy.
Just means edgy.
It just means an edge. You got an edgy dreads.
Tell
We call
them,
it edgy.
General. Tell them.
Yeah.
Tell them. Tell them, General.
Yes, it's cost us, man. It's all
Yeah.
right. It's just fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're used to it. Black people are suffering from mental slavery, and that is some of our biggest problem. White people slaves us, and we slave ourselves.
True.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
we need to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery.
Yes.
I like a light-skinned woman, but I would never take a white woman to be my personal woman. That's just me. Or
Okay,
that's
I
your
hear
personal
you.
preference?
And that's your personal preference.
Yes,
and
I
there's nothing
mean,
wrong with that, man,
you
in
know,
general.
each to their own. We
Each
are not
to their
knocking
own.
anybody that
No
likes
time
No.
at all.
any
There
ethnic
is no
minority
judgment here.
apart from your race. We are not
Yeah.
knocking anybody.
Yeah.
No.
We have to make that
Yeah.
clear.
Yes.
That
We
is
are not knocking
no
anybody
race
that wants
at all.
to. No,
No
race.
race at
We're
all.
just making an acknowledgement on our personal
Yeah.
race.
Yes, and love conquers all.
Yeah, and
Love.
Love conquers
even
all.
even in our race, to me not lie, there are some beautiful, beautiful black women in beauty and also in their behavior, just the same. You know, but probably because we are black, we probably pay more attention to their behavior because how we see it, because they are one of us.
Yeah.
You understand? So
The
Well-
timekeeper has a question for you. Go on.
The timekeeper says to Benson, seeking acceptance from a system that doesn't want you is pointless. Better you leave the system and head to somewhere where the people look like you.
exactly, that is a good point.
Yeah.
And that also can go in reference to what Barbara had mentioned with her workplace.
He
And
also said, I disagree with the call strongly. So I don't know, it is the timekeeper, can you clarify what call that was? Was
No.
that the first call or the second
No.
call?
Welcome aboard, Evolution Grooves. We apologise for not acknowledging you if you've come a little bit later on or earlier on. Sorry.
Hi,
But
Evolution Grooves.
We obviously we've had a live call and we've got so much platforms going on. But welcome aboard to Chill and Spill. And what has Evolution Grooves got to say?
Well, Evolution Groove says, what slave system stripped people of their identity and culture? Most of us don't know who we truly are. Are we the Israelites in the Bible? And then,
Alright.
then the timekeeper says, "Taught the things, Evolution Groove."
No, but that
Welcome
is-
aboard, Destiny 5. Sorry, Benson, we have to acknowledge.
Hi,
Welcome aboard,
Destiny
Destiny 5. What's Destiny 5 saying?
Destiny says, I think sometimes the reason why black men go to other cultures is because of the constant challenges they face with the black woman, and they have had enough.
Oh my. good.
And welcome aboard, Dane, Jermaine, and welcome aboard, DJ Sev. Welcome to Chill and Spill.
Hi.
Now we're going to address what the viewers are saying.
It's a lot going on in the comments.
Because
We've definitely gone over
Revolution
time.
Groove, yeah. What Revolution Grooves is saying, and I'm going to answer to the timekeeper, it's the same thing G Star had mentioned in his call about identity
Yes.
and acceptance. Two things, two important words. G Star mentioned that because black ladies don't know their identity, because that is a topic. Revolution Grooves is saying the same thing, but it's just finding your identity. And we can't go on as long as we want to go on and blame everything on slavery. We have to realize that we have passed that stage and some of our behaviors are not acceptable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
You get what I mean?
I agree.
I agree.
So, and Destiny also said something very important too, where when you look at it, no man likes a woman to be loud. Why, when a black woman, some black women, again, every word I use is some, not all, but is what our eyes are seeing. And then what happened is, when a black woman is having an argument in a crowd, majority of the time, why everybody around them have to know?
Yeah.
That is the thing. So that is the thing that also gives us a limelight for us as a nation.
That's it.
For people
It's
to
true.
see
It's
and
true.
hear what's happening.
It's true.
Those are the things that brought us into limelight. Our limelight comes for the world to see with our behavior. Right? With our behavior. And when we're saying about social media that everybody wants to be black or whatever it is, because they feel is an in thing. Wherein if they feel like, if they behave like a Jamaican, their friends will even accept them more.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if you should do, just think about it. You would have some white ladies that I see on the social media. And if you, I did it one time already. I went through one of them profile already years ago. I didn't even know we would discuss this, and see her behavior as in to know. And when I went back on her Facebook 10 years ago, she was just a quiet person. But all of a sudden, when she got into this Jamaican thing, it revealed another identity.
Yes.
Maybe it gave her inspiration because I feel like
Yeah.
that's what we do.
And confidence.
And
I
then
feel like we give a
her
lot
friends-
of races
yeah.
inspiration
And
and confidence,
And confidence.
to be
For
able
sure.
to be
Yeah.
their true
For sure.
selves.
Even,
at the
and
end
not
of the
even just
day.
Not even the
Jamaicans.
true
I feel
themselves.
like African as well. Africa. Everyone is going Africa as well.
Yeah,
Everybody's going to the
absolutely.
Caribbean, and everyone's adapting their way of life
Yes.
and their mannerisms and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
characteristics.
Yeah.
You know, it's
feel
just
like
something
we
that's
are-
happening. It's rife.
Oh my gosh, Nubian, it is rife.
It's rife.
And we're happy people.
Yes.
Overall, we
Why
are
don't people
very
highlight that part?
happy people, and we are we're excitable. We're a vibe.
Happy
Hello.
people can't make headlines.
And you know what as well? Another thing that happens in the workplace is as a black woman, the minute you get your hair done or something's changed, it's a big thing. Oh my God, your hair.
We've got
We've
another
got a
caller.
We are busy tonight. Good evening. And who do we have tonight on the line?
Good evening. This is the timekeeper.
Oh,
Hi,
hello,
the timekeeper.
Good evening, ladies. Good evening,
Evening.
Benson. Hope you're good.
Evening.
Manners.
Yes, listen. I
Oh,
didn't
Happy New
see
Year,
this.
by the way. Happy
Yes,
New Year.
Happy New Year.
New Year's blessings to one and all, and may it be prosperous.
Ah,
Yes.
same to you.
You see these hot topics you lot are starting with. You're making my itch my head. You understand?
Yes, that's what we want. Itch it.
Listen, let me start with a little something. As the question: do black women have a chip on their shoulders?
Yeah,
Right.
Right.
Firstly, I would say they have a perception, which I think some women have a perception, which I think is a little guided by things out of their control. I'll
Right.
explain that. One, social media.
Yeah.
Two, a perception that's been driven by, as I said, within social media, the music industry, the movie industry, how they portray black women in on television has a direct impact on, I think, how a lot of young women act.
Right.
Right.
Going deeper as to what I was saying before and to reply to Benson as well. Sorry, because I was watching on YouTube, so I'm a little behind. So to reply to that as well, the identity thing is 100% true.
Yes.
Who are we?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
let me just speak this right now. I'm not trying to offend nobody, but who are the real Jews?
Yeah.
Just
Who
a
are
question. You
Yeah.
understand? Someone made a comment about who were the real Israelites from the Bible. You have to understand self and about the stolen legacy that has happened to black people. And as a whole, you can't single out, and this is what they do. They separate us,
Yes.
Yeah.
whether it's from the young and the old, the fairer in complexion to the darker in complexion, the men and the women. Okay, there's a separation. So to say, do black women have a chip on their shoulder? No, I don't think they do. Do black men have an anger or issue? No, they don't. But I don't believe no other race, sorry, not race. Yes, it is race. No other culture on this planet has endured the systematic
Right. Right. Go on.
oppression
Land.
and the system that has been put in place from, has anybody read the ISIS papers?
No, I haven't.
No.
actually.
It's something that people should, I think, it's something I've looked at, and I encourage a lot of other people who are seeking a viewpoint, an alternative viewpoint, I'd say,
Yeah.
to read, because it outlines that, it looks at the reason for racism.
Yes.
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 And I know I'm going to detour off topic just a little piece, but the reason I say that is because in understanding why there is racism, you understand the struggles that the black culture has encountered.
Yes.
be they from the Caribbean, Africa, wherever in the world, even the black Chinese, all of them.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
once you
yes.
are of a darker hue, there are issues that you encounter
Right.
on this planet. And the reason being, from the ISIS papers, they would say it's for genetic survival. And
Yes.
the basic analogy is when the sailors with Christopher Columbus and himself fly around the world in their ship and name every planet, every earth that they see,
Yeah.
when they stay there for 9 months and man them get a little bit randy
Yes.
and they decide to take on some of the local women, after 9 months, what did the babies them look like?
Black people.
Okay, but now you reverse that when you think about 9/10 of the world are people of color.
Yes. For
So
sure.
should those 9/10 now travel to the 1/10? What happens to the 1/10?
Right.
Exactly.
Okay, but from understanding that specific perspective, if you now understand why they would now engage in a system that enslaved, degraded,
Yes.
oppressed,
Yeah.
and put all of that in place in order to stop the progression, because as they say, there is a song in America where the worst thing is a black man, and the darker you are, the worse it is, because your genetic material is so strong.
Right. Which is so true.
That's it.
And
Menelin.
it goes, that's right, and it
Right.
goes to that. So where you now see us as a people, how many other races do you see singing derogatory language about themselves?
None.
There are a
None.
few, but not. It's not as promoted in the
as-
industry.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not as promoted because, like you said, they're trying to survive genetically,
Right.
And that's what it is. They know that their DNA is being depleted.
Yes.
It's being diminished, and they've already basically predicted that they will no longer exist
Yes.
if they don't try and keep these structural systems in place. They will no longer exist because everyone is mixing with everyone.
And so if you carry on with some of along that path, in the sense that if you now first break up the black family,
Yes.
because I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, we have to own stuff. Everyone's gone through slavery. We have to own stuff." No. You
Yeah.
have to understand that the battle that is being fought in order to overcome it, and the
Right.
battle that is being fought, isn't the same for every culture on this planet.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
Yes.
true.
Amen. Well,
So sorry, go ahead.
No. Sorry, the timekeeper. Sorry. We need a new planet.
That's
That
what
is what we need.
Benson is
It
saying.
is-
We need a new planet.
We need a new planet.
It's about a mindset, and
Yeah, it is.
let me give you a little example. How many different cultures come to the UK, take their money, and gone back home?
Yeah. Many.
many.
There are a lot of European European people who come to the UK, make their money, send their money back home, and live well at home.
Yeah, for sure.
But why do some black people choose to try to be assimilated into a system that doesn't want them?
It's true. And even though we're very off topic slightly, when you look at the adverts, the charity adverts to help the children, they always show you what Africa or the Caribbean looks like, the trenches. They always show you that part. They don't show you the beautiful parts of the island, the beautiful universities that they have, the beautiful establishments they have. They only show you the poorer side, so you don't go back there. Do you get what I
Exactly.
mean?
And it's not really, it's kind of, it's a side topic. It's not off topic, because if you see what you said about how they portray, the same way how they portray black men to black women and black women to black men, they show the negative aspect of it,
Yes.
That's
which
it.
then makes each opposite sex look at it like, hold on a minute, do I really want a black woman, or do I
Right.
really want a black man? And it seems more attractive, the other cultures, because they make them appear more attractive.
That's
Right.
it.
So it's not
Exactly.
necessarily that women have a chip on their shoulders or men have a chip on their shoulder. It's about how we are being portrayed to each other and how we're allowing ourselves to buy into the system that is portraying us in this negative way. Because
Yes.
people would say, yeah, there's loads of people who are going into other relationships. When you actually really check the stats, it's a lie.
Okay. You
The
see?
black family is strong.
Right. The
When they tell you
timekeeper
about-
said it himself
That's it.
today, guys.
Yeah.
When
When you go to the America and they say, oh yeah, there's loads of single parents. Check the actual
Yeah,
figures
it's a
as
lie.
to how many
Yeah.
black families
They're strong
are
out
full
there too.
units.
Yeah, man, proper.
And I'm not saying that those mothers who are having to do both roles, it's not a full unit. I'm just talking in sense of
yeah,
where the
highlighting.
Mother and
yeah.
father in
father.
that.
Yeah,
Right. And as I say, it's just how they're portraying us
Yeah.
as a culture.
That's it.
And it's always the negative that is highlighted. As Benson was saying, when you're out and you're having an argument, they see loud and everyone's loud and proud.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But when
Yes.
you're in your emotion, you're loud and proud. And yeah, we don't need to have a stiff upper lip. But listen, if I'm upset, I'm upset. I'm going to
Yes.
talk my thing.
Exactly. Thank you so much, the
Yes,
timekeeper.
Yes, man.
Oh my gosh, such a blessing.
Yeah, thank you for calling in.
Thank
we are
you.
definitely over time, timekeeper. We are way over time.
Stretching it today.
Wow.
Listen,
but you know what?
Sorry,
It's
I'm
a
always, you know
passionate-
me, the timekeeper.
It's not
I always
just
run
you.
it,
It's
Not
but
you, the
yeah.
timekeeper.
It's not
No,
you. I'm
no.
loving it.
We are
You
loving
make sure-
it.
Listen, I'm loving it. I'm loving
Call
it.
every week, please.
Yes, we love it. We love it. It's not you at all.
We
It's
love to
just
hear
in
your
general
opinion.
because there's so much we still need to address online as well. But yeah, thank you so much for calling in and great points. And everybody needs to read the ISIS book
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely.
for sure.
Thank
And you get a
you.
clearer
Manners and
understanding.
blessings.
Manners and
Manners and
blessings.
respect. Thank
All
you,
right.
the
Take care.
timekeeper.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Mind how we advertise about the car, we don't know what it's about, and then we think we are support something when we're not supposed to
No,
support.
do you know what? At the
Yeah,
end of the
that's
day,
what I mean.
you have to do your research
Yeah,
because even
so-
ISIS itself, it's actually a goddess, an Egyptian goddess. But now they've named the group, the terrorist group, ISIS. Okay, I just wanted to just give you that, but do your research. But yes, go ahead, Nubian.
Manor General says, at the timekeeper, it's sad that when you run to your own people and they turn their backs on you, sometimes that's why some of us turn to the other races. Respect, my brother.
Yes,
Yes, and yes, timekeeper. Well said, sir.
yes.
Yes. Thank you, timekeeper.
Thank you,
for
timekeeper.
That. Nads says, what's Nads saying? Just
Nads,
before we finish.
So wait, quickly what Faye says. Faye says, talk the Tings Revolution. She also says, Christopher Columbus is a damn blasted lion. And I think that's a song that she's talking about, actually, a song from back in the day. But Nad says, institutional racism in society has allowed racist stereotypes to become the norm. And this has given black women a disadvantage in the world, whether it be in work, relationships, etc. And Faye says, hear, Nads.
Yes.
As she agrees.
That's it.
Absolutely.
And that is it. Okay, yes. So thank you all. We're going to round up the show now. And the question was, do black women have a chip on their shoulder? And I feel like, no, we don't.
No, we don't.
I think it's definitely over. It's weighed. There's no balance here. It's definitely more 70-30.
It's definitely a no. A
Yeah,
strong
it's a-
no. I'm saying 100% no. I'm not even, there's no swaying. There's no balance.
Yeah, some people have got attitude, but it's not just the black race. I
Yes.
think it goes. It's an all-round.
It's a collective, and I
Yes.
just think that, like what Nubian said, it's not just the black race, it's a collective, and no, we don't have a chip on our shoulder, and there's a lot of, it's how it's portrayed, how we are portrayed. We are portrayed to have a chip on our shoulder, not necessarily, but yes, there are a lot of black women out there that do have attitude, but that is not all black
And
women.
big respect to the men that called in the show today.
Big up to the man them that called into the show.
And all the man input. You know what? The females, we love you too endlessly. You know that
Endlessly,
already.
yeah,
but
absolutely.
the females are always more vocal than the men sometimes.
Yes.
But you know what? With this show, I'm very, very grateful that I have a balance.
Yes.
I'm loving it.
Yes.
You know, our opinions are valued. The men's opinions are valued. We love it. Keep it coming. because that's what it is, man and woman. And together, we can conquer the world.
GMPC Studio.
There we go. And on that note, thank you all for tuning in once again to Chill and Spill. I'm your host, Nubian. Zuz and Benson. Yes.
Thank you.
Don't forget to tune in on a Friday. We got Benson playing the hottest, the baddest, the latest, you name it, even the oldest. You got Benson playing it on a Friday night, 11 o'clock GMT. Bad madness going on. You don't know what to expect on his show. And on my show on a Sunday, it's our show on a Sunday, 9 o'clock GMT. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what the topic is. You don't know if we're going to have guests, if we're not going to have guests. But we are GMPC.
GMPC Studio.
That's it.
That's what we are.
If you can't be good, be careful. We love you all. Without you, there's no us. And without further ado, take care. See you later.
Bye, guys. Blessings upon blessings.